I think one of the ways they could do it is actually speaking to others in the area and actually doing a bit of a recce around the area as well, walking around and understanding what provisions there are. And that kind of highlights any potential opportunities and spaces for them. But that also includes not, I think you need to have that kind of understanding that it's not just going to be something like a multi-use games area that can accommodate football only. Sometimes, I mean, growing up for me, handball was a big thing, and we just needed a small wall. That's all that we needed. So I think it's just knowing the particular types of kind of sports that are available to play in that area and what those spaces are. And the only way you can do that is to visually go around and look around the area and maybe trying to get some like minded individuals involved as well. One of the go to places is Facebook, and join the local Facebook town kind of group or the area group and start to ask those questions and be quite motivated and consistent in it as well. Because it's not for everyone, as many things are in life as well. So I think it's like if you've got that drive, keep that consistency going and just keep asking those questions. And another one is ask your local counsellor, and it's a massive untapped resource. Sometimes residents contact counsellors for an issue or a problem, switch it around and see what they can offer you in terms of knowing where a space is, but also if there's anything coming up in terms of future funding opportunities that you could tap into.
So it's a lot of it is word of mouth. A lot of it is a lot of hard work. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot about going into families. You might get not a door shut in your face, but you might get in and ahhing at first. It's about I've got a few girls where it was always like, no, you're not going there, you're not going there. And then I had to break the barriers and go and meet them, sit down with families, do maybe a one-to-one session, bring the family down to see it, see what happens. And after then it was just we do a lot of open days, we do a lot of family days, and that is to be like, you come with them and see what I'm doing, and let's see where we go from there.
The work we did Sporting Equals through the temple, but for me, I think it's the local knowledge. I do believe local knowledge and local contact is a must. If people trust you in like I say, the South Asian community, you will have a trust for life. If you break that trust, you won't have it. That's I think the main aspect that people don't realise. We can promise a lot of things, but if we promise a lot of things and don't deliver, then straight away people have got no trust in you.
One of the things that we've really seen in the strength in the heart community sport is about the real power we get when we bring coaches from the communities. That really understanding what it is like to be a young person growing up in that community. So it's not just an awareness of the sport, and it's perhaps not just an awareness of the community, it's an understanding of what it is to be a young person at that moment, growing in that community, living in that community, going to school in that community, and really building on that clear, deep-rooted understanding. Those are the powerful coaches. I think this is a real important consideration that the providers need to think about. And clearly, the first thing to talk about is before they go in the area, is why are they going in the area? And I think what that talks to me about is about the ethos of the organisation. Why do they want to do what they're doing, and why do they want to do it where they're doing it, and why do they want to do it with those young people? And being able to really communicate that ethos of the why, which will be demonstrated in the desire for a project to support young people through the hook and the power of community sport, can often engage others in conversations to support the landing of this project. If we get past that, then I talk a lot about the importance of partnership. And I think partnership is probably thought about in two lenses. There is perhaps the traditional approach to partnership. I call it quite a lot. Everybody sitting around a table and drinking fizzy water and eating the complimentary mints and talking about being a partner. And then there's the real on the ground partnership. Being able to go and meet and engage and unlock the appetite of those that are in the community. So this sometimes isn't just the head teacher, it's the caretaker of the school. This isn't the local authority, but it could be the park keeper. This could be your local faith leader. This could be local residents being able to get behind those with their front doors closed to really understand what could they bring to this provision, to what you're trying to do. To really think about some of your local services that exist in and around working with young people. Where's the overlap between what you're wanting to do and what they're trying to do? Local policing, local youth workers, local health workers, local volunteers. The role of any community volunteering group, partnership is really important. Go and talk about perhaps what you're trying to do and where it overlaps with them. But what I would really say is really important is don't just think about those people and their job roles. Because all those people, might be the police officer, might be the faith leader, might be the youth worker. Find out who they are. Find about them as people. Because what you'll find is when you get behind the job title, then you get the real people. And you get to understand what really engages them about why they're doing their job. And when you bring that together and you bring your offer, the magic of sport, the magic of community sport, but you blend it with what they're trying to do, you'll find all of a sudden that you have this significantly stronger partnership structure that sits around you. And the most important thing about partnership is this isn't singular in its development. You've got to invest time, continued time, to go back and reconnect and re-update and explore and share with those partners. So if this is about your coaches, encourage your coaches to take time to invest in partnerships, to go and meet the local shopkeeper as an example. But don't just go in once and talk about what you're doing. Go in time and time again to continue to talk about what you're doing, because you'll find that that shopkeeper becomes the biggest advocate of what you're trying to do. And then on the other 7 days of the week, he's telling everybody else about what you're trying to do. And that builds currency. It builds acceptance. It builds understanding of the role of your programme in that community.